People believe that the great heroes and legends are born, but in reality they are made. They are made of overcoming great adversities, of facing those great fears, of not collapsing when the situation becomes difficult. Those great heroes and legends are not always on their feet, and sometimes they fall, and what differentiates them from the rest is they stand up stronger than ever. And although it sounds like we're talking about mythology or science fiction, in regular life and even in sports we find cases that meet those conditions. Sergio Ramos, former captain of Real Madrid and currently at PSG, is a clear example of what can be achieved with effort and determination. We are going to talk a little about what Ramos' career has been and some moments that serve to demonstrate what we have already mentioned and how the former Madrid captain embodies those epic traits. Although he has earned enormous and deserved fame as one of the best centre-backs in the world, in his early professional career, Ramos had stages of playing as a right-back where he had a very offensive-minded approach and a one-on-one ability that was quite helpful for his background as a centre-back. His defensive qualities are invaluable both for his timing and for his strength, pace and aerial play. Something that has characterized Sergio Ramos and that has been improving over the years is his ease in starting the plays from behind and his class with the ball at his feet. Perhaps the best attribute of Sergio Ramos is his ability to score goals in different ways, since although he is a good header and a good penalty taker, he has even scored some free kicks. Sergio Ramos was born on the 30th of March 1986 in the Sevillan community of Camas. Seville is an area with a great tradition within the world of bullfighting that led the young Ramos to take an interest in this practice to the point of becoming a regular fan. His parents considered it a dangerous sport, so they tried to convince him to take an interest in another sport that also caught his attention, such as football. His brother Rene, who has been his agent during his professional career, was the one who really managed to steer him towards football. What would be his success in football was not exempt from sacrifices that he himself had declared that he had to make from a very young age in order to get where he is today. Typical things of a child or teenager were not part of his normal life, since to reach the highest level of competence, it was necessary to do them. In his case, at age 16, he was already training with the Sevilla Football Club's first team, which he arrived at a very young age from Camas, and with whom he would finally make his professional debut in the 2003-2004 season, thanks to manager Joaquin Caparros. For the following season, at just 18 years of age, he was a regular at the Sevillians club starting 11, becoming one of the most promising players on the European scene, which led Florentino Perez to pay 27 million euros for what was curiously the first Spanish who Real Madrid had signed during his first presidency. Sergio Ramos received number 4 from Fernando Hierro, Real Madrid's legendary defender, almost as a prerequisite for what would be his time as the Los Blancos player. His first year at Madrid, which coincided with what would be the last year of the Galacticos, where he would perform as a centre-back and right-back, although he would always maintain an important regularity that made him a constant feature in Real Madrid's starting 11. During the following years, he remained an important piece of Los Blancos regardless of the position he played, to the point of being one of the 4 captains of the club at only 23 years of age. In 2010, Real Madrid lost 5-0 to their eternal rival FC Barcelona, and in that match, Sergio Ramos was sent off for a foul against Lionel Messi. In that same season, he exceeded the record for the most red cards received by a Los Blancos player in history, with only 6 seasons at the club, and this began to generate a reputation for being an aggressive player. In 2012, in the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League against FC Bayern Munich, they would finish with an aggregate of 3-3 and with the eventual penalty shootout. After the first 4 shots, the scoreboard favored the German team 2-0. However, Iker Casillas stopped the next 2 by the Bavarians, leaving his team alive. The 4th penalty was the responsibility of Sergio Ramos, who sent it over the bar, practically eliminating Real Madrid. That penalty became a burden for Sergio Ramos because it was the closest the club had been to reaching the final of the tournament since 2002, in their search for the much-desired La Decima. It is often said that life gives revenge, and in this case, Ramos' mental strength and hard work paid off, as in the semi-finals of the 2013-14 UEFA Champions League, again against Bayern Munich. On this occasion, in the second leg, Real Madrid beat the Bavarians 4-0 with 2 goals from Sergio Ramos within 4 minutes. As if that weren't enough, in the final against arch-rivals Atletico Madrid, he would score that epic header in his 92nd minute with 48 seconds remaining that would equalize the game that Real Madrid would later win in extra time to lift the much desired 10th La Decima. From that moment on, the goals by Sergio Ramos began to arrive at key moments that turned him into a legend of the club more than he already was. Sergio Ramos was also a part of the generation from Spain that won 2 Euros and the FIFA World Cup within 4 years, even scoring a Panenka-style penalty in the 2012 semi-finals of the European Championship. In the 2015-16 season, with the departure of Iker Casillas to FC Porto, Ramos became Real Madrid's captain, who would have him as a leader and one of the main figures of what would be a glorious time for the club, where they would win 3 Champions Leagues in a row, a milestone that had not been achieved under the current format of the competition. The 2015-2016 season had him scoring once again against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League final. You could maybe make the debate that was offside, thus playing a key role in the team's success that year, but the 2016-2017 season would prove to be one of Ramos' finest, not only in terms of trophies won, both La Liga and Champions League once again, but also from a goal-scoring perspective. There are many examples during that season of Ramos being the key man, such as his late equalizer against Sevilla in the 2016 UEFA Super Cup, pushing the game to extra time and Madrid becoming the eventual winners, a late equalizer against Barcelona in the Camp Nou in a 1-1 draw in La Liga, another key equalizer against Napoli in Italy in the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League, a double against Malaga in La Liga for a key 2-1 win, and the list goes on. His first league title as a Madrid captain, where he played a key role and the club's first La Liga and Champions League double since the mid-50s. Even though the 2018 to 2019-20 season were not as successful as the Champions League three-peat, Madrid did win La Liga in the latter season, and in both of them Ramos played a key role, scoring double digits, which is simply phenomenal as a defender. And his mix of leadership, world-class defending, and a character were instrumental for the team to push forward, becoming one of the figures and leaders in a club that has always been known for having the top-class players in world football. In June of 2021, at the end of his contract with Los Blancos, the player and the club reached an agreement for his departure from Real Madrid after a season full of injuries and disagreements for the renewal of his contract, ending an era full of successes for the institution as well as the player. A month later, he would sign with PSG. Although today it seems that Sergio Ramos' career was a walk on the park, the truth is that there were many difficult moments, such as with that where his first steps at Real Madrid at the time of instability in the club coupled with different problems like the penalty against Bayern Munich. However, all that served as a fuel to forge his own path and legend in the most important club in the world of football.